Oh yeah, sexy biscuits. Nice.
Long goes 1975. A used world's on the rise. Reviewing games late at night and sometimes friends used to bug. Long goes 1975.
Welcome to another ZX Spectrum versus Commodore 64 comparison video, as I like to call it, Playground Wars. In this video we'll be taking a look at this game, Silkworm. The other day I played Swiv, which is somewhat of an unofficial sequel to this, so I thought I'd give this a go. Now basically I probably should have played this before. Anyway, originally this is an arcade game released by Tecmo in 1988. It's a side-scrolling horizontal shoot-'em-up where you can play as either a helicopter and or a jeep. It's one or two simultaneous two-player, and basically it's just take an absolute shit ton of enemy sprites out as you go along. Balls horrifically hard. I have played it on MAME. I might do a gameplay of MAME, possibly I should have done that before this, but hey, ho-hum, we live, we learn. It was ported to Amiga, Atari ST, Amstrad, Commodore and ZX Spectrum by a sales curve and released by Mastertronic in 1990. This is the 128K version, hence the lovely music. Am I right in thinking there is only a 128K version? I don't know, I've had the ROM knocking around for absolutely ages, so I should have looked that up. But also in the arcade, it's one of those games where apparently there is no final level. This is called this is occurring to, or according to, I should say, I can't talk, that bastion of truth, so it must be true, Wikipedia, where it just rinses and repeats. So it seems a bit weird for an arcade machine released in 1988. I've never played this before until literally 30 seconds ago, where I learned something, because both the Jeep and the helicopter seem to just always kick in on the Spectrum, which means, well, one of you is just not going to be controlled and get shot to fuck. So I found out you could do this. I'm going to be the helicopter, so we're going to go with 4 for Kempston for the helicopter, then we're going to go with 8 for Kempston for the Jeep, and now I'm controlling everyone. Right, so let's get it. I think it's got pretty good reviews, but let's get into it. 0. Right, so look, I'm controlling everyone. There's a time limit at the bottom of the screen. I've got autofire, which is nice. There's no music, but it does have tinny 128K AY sound effects. There's an absolute ton going on. It's not the best graphics, it's not the worst graphics. But do you know what? 2 player on the screen at the same time, this many sprites, that's quite impressive. Oh, there is a bit of slowdown. What's that? Is that health? No, I don't know what that is. Oh shit. Anyway, so points and stuff are at the top of the screen. I'm very happy. That reminds me of Swiv, or Swiv nicked that from there. Oh, slow down, because that's the boss slowly spinning in. That weird cloud thing is health, and you get it from these little things on the floor. Whether I can get it now. Oh, you shoot it, do you? Is that shrapnel? I don't know. Now, obviously the Jeep has a thing where, dependent on where you're driving and stuff like that, I know that because, spoilers, had a quick look at the Commodore 64 version, you can aim. So I, as a helicopter, aim forward and down. Ooh, homers. The Jeep has a directional cannon on his back. I'm not going to lie, from what I understand and from what I've basically played, oh look, we're both powered up. It's better if you play single player to play as the helicopter. Okay, that's reasonably impressive graphics. I'm not sure about the seizure inducing, you're going to fire a big fuck off rocket with it. The seizure inducing white flashes. Oh, and he's dead. Oh, there you go. Short, sweet. Wave 2. Oh, lives, bottom left, bottom right. Is it just me? Or is everything, when it comes to taking a hit, bad guys wise, just ramped up? I mean, I know it's the second level, but alright. So this isn't terrible. It's no R-Type. Very few things on the Spectrum are. I'm going to wait till you're all on the screen. There we go. A little Jeep jumping. Not sure how you actually do that without a ramp or a nitrous. I get the feeling, much like I guess, so it's not a new thing, Salamander and, you know, Nemesis and stuff, that if you make it to this level without power-ups, look at that for slowdown, you're screwed. Poor little Jeep. What's the deal with that? Oh. See, look, the Jeep's... I should probably go ahead and clear a path. It's not the deal with the helicopter. The Jeep's gun doesn't have enough rate of fire. What is that? I don't know. Oh, to clear its own path. Again, is that what my job is for? What is that? Oh, it's another boss. Shame you can't shoot the chunks of it first. It's the same boss. It's a mid-level mini-boss. But anyway, if you had this back in the day, whatever version you had, I'd love to know what you think. Get that, Jeep. Thank you. Getting them to get that was a tad difficult. Also, why is it the same boss? Oh shit. We're fucked, aren't we? Everything kills me. So what does he even have a large gun? It makes no difference. Well, die already. So is that the same? Why the same? I don't know. I've not played the arcade game. Oh, little Jeep dude's out. Probably because his guns are crap. I think we found a sweet spot. He's too fat to go any higher. There we go. Does a Jeep kick back in? I don't know. Oh. Yeah, I think we're screwed now. Especially without our buddy. Although, to be honest, he didn't really do much. I was winging it for him. Covering him, if you will. Look at this. Slow down. I mean, to be fair... Oh, hang on. Oh, it's a shield. Or I'm on fire. I don't know. There is a lot going on. But then there's a lot going on in games like R-Type. And that didn't really have any slowdown. Okay. Thank you. That's what I wanted. Look at that massive speed up once everyone's gone. Screen's a little too cramped for my liking. That was a waste. I would like a power-up game at some point, just saying. Can I? Oh shit. Game over. Well, let's jump to the Commodore 64 version. Silkworm on the Spectrum. Do you know what? It's not the worst side-scrolling shoot 'em up. It's not the best side-scrolling shoot 'em up. It is simultaneous two-player. It gets points for that. Would have liked music. Doesn't have that. It does have a lot of stuff going on, so I can understand the slowdown. But let's have a look at the Commodore 64 version. Here we go with Silkworm on the Commodore 64. I'll just be quiet. Oh, we've got lovely SID chip music, but for once it doesn't absolutely obliterate the ZX Spectrum AY chip. And obviously they've stolen the helmets from Stringfellow Hawk in Airwolf. Blatantly they have. Actually it obliterates it. I should have waited. Right, anyway, let's get, because this is a pre-title scene, let's get into this. So here we go with Silkworm on the Commodore 64. So you had music on the pre-title screen, but on the actual title screen you don't have anything. I'm going to select Heli, or was that Jeep? I think that's Heli when it's not flash. I don't know, we'll find out. I'm going to select Heli first, and basically unlike the Spectrum, it's one or the other. Both don't appear on the screen at the same time, unless that was me doing something wrong on the Spectrum or that was just a hooky ROM. I don't know. So anyway, let's get into this. Right. So layout of the screen is the same. Lives and stuff at the bottom, score and stuff at the top. We've got parallax, we've got background graphics, we've got loads of smoothness. I would have liked some in-game music. I tell you what else we've also got. Everything takes, oh shit, an absolute, this looks lovely. It takes an absolute hammering. Where you could absolutely mow everyone down on the Spectrum version, You certainly cannot on this. This is fucking hard. This is unbelievably... Game over? Game over already. This is unbelievably hard. I don't know if it's because there's no one else on the floor. I suspect not. I mean, it is very nice graphics. Very nice. But if you made it so balls-horrifically hard, I cannot progress, then yeah, that's self-defeating, really, isn't it? But I'm not going to lie, this absolutely blows away and pisses all over the Spectrum. I want that version, and that. Thank God it's got an auto-fire. Ooh, ooh, there's nowhere to escape on the screen. I mean, I exploited a loophole on the Spectrum, if you will, with the big fat-ass helicopter. Doesn't appear to be anywhere on this one where I could do that, which will probably make it accurate to the arcade. Hard be thy name. Game over. We're going to have one more go, and then I'm going to cheat and bang in some, well, cheats, because this is running my C64 Mini, and it's hacked. Anyway, well, no, let's go with Jeep. Right, so look, I fire up. I have to press down to keep it, forward. I suspect... Fuck off. I can't jump. Why can't I jump? I can jump. I have to stop firing. Kind of makes sense. Look how smooth this is, even with the Jeep. Game over. Right, I'm cheating. This is too hard for its own good. This does give me some thoughts on when I should round up. I'm sure all the Commodore 64 kids will completely and utterly disagree with me, but Spectrum wins it at this point, and I'll explain that why. Because obviously you shouldn't have to cheat, which is what I'm going to do now. Right, let's try that again. Bring on the hacks. Right, here we go. We're sticking with helicopter, so I'm basically immortal, and I should be gunned up to the nines. Yes, and there you go. Right, so now that I don't have to, let's just check, yep, now that I don't have to fear the Reaper, we can actually take this game and enjoy it for what it is. It's incredibly smooth. Is it the best looking shooter I've seen on the Commodore 64? No, but it's certainly, you know, getting up there. Tons of stuff going on the screen. I mean, obviously it's got hardware for shit like that. The Spectrum didn't have that. You've got to remember that with the Spectrum, it didn't have any of the tricks in gubbins that the Commodore had for chucking around this much stuff on the screen at once. So that was really, really impressive. But super smooth here, lots of lovely parallax. It's actually nice colours for once. It's not, you know, a day spent in Brown Town, if you will. I can't go as low as I can in the helicopter on Spectrum, not really an issue. But yeah, so herein lies the fault with the Commodore 64 version. I'm sure Commodore kids will disagree with me, but hey, this is my video, my channel, and I'll cry if I want to. You can look as shiny and as fantastic as you want, but the bottom line is, if you've made it too balls-horrifically hard, everything takes too many shots. Right, it doesn't now because I've got the power up, but it takes a while to get the power up. But everything takes too many shots, right? You know, flying around the screen, you're just waiting to find death and stuff like that. I would warrant that. You can see now, even with this many weapons, without invulnerability, I'd still be screwed. Whether or not two-player makes a massive difference to that, I don't know. But essentially, you've handicapped your own game. You know, you've made a lovely looking, wonderful game to, you know, play that people can't play because you've made it so fucking hard. That's my point I want to make. No, okay, that's shit, that's tiny. Whether that's the size it should be, and the Spectrum one's a tad overkill because, you know, the arcade original, I don't know. But yeah, so my point is, the Spectrum version is better for one simple reason. It's playable, it's approachable, it's accessible, if that makes sense. Commodore 1, I'm sure there are people out there who are absolutely amazing at that and go, sorry Dave, but it's an absolute piece of piss. I can fuck through that on one life. I'd very much like to see that. But, yeah, I'm going to go with the Spectrum. I'm sure that's going to piss a bunch of people off, but tough. If you make something so unbelievably hard that it can't be played and it can't be enjoyed. So for all the faults of the Spectrum version, at least I managed to get to level 3 without having to cheat. That said, graphically, this absolutely wipes the floor with it. Sound effect wise, not up there with the best Commodore stuff, but still wipes the floor with it, as does it on music. It's just a shame, as I said, it's so unbelievably hard. Anyway, as always, I love to know what you think. I'm sure you're all going to disagree with me, but thank you for watching anyway, and I'll see you later. Just kill this little dickhead. Now that I can, because I'm a god.